Mama's looking a little rough. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do my eyebrows and I decided to show you how I do it. So if you're interested, just keep on watching. Okay, so I don't have any makeup on. I'm gonna wash my face after this anyways, so I didn't see the point. I don't consider myself to have perfect brows and I feel like no one does. But I do fix them myself, and when I do my makeup, I fill them out so they appear like they're perfect. But even though I always need to clean them and shape them, so it's easier for me when I do my makeup. I use the Anastasia stencils. I bought the kit at Ulta. It comes with 5 different stencils, so it's better for you to choose which one will be best. You can decide by your brow shape or the arch that you're looking for. And the good thing about buying the kit is that if you have really thin brows, you can train them to grow as thick as you wanted them. So before I used the high arch. I don't know if you can tell how thick they are, but now I use the full arch. Now even though I use the stencil to guide me, it's not like that's the only thing I use. I also use other tools like a plucker and this thing. I really don't know how you call this, but it's what barbers use, and of course some scissors. Okay, I'm gonna do my best to show you how to do it without blocking you. I have a mirror next to me, so let's hope I get it right. Okay, so first I'm gonna take this brush. This is an elf brush. It's very inexpensive, and so I'm going to brush them upward. And I'm going to grab this stencil. I'm gonna place it in my brow. Like, as you can see, they kind of fit the shape perfectly. They have these little lines to guide you if you don't know where to place them. But since I've done it a few times, I know exactly where I want it. Now, if you don't know how to place them, they have these little 3 lines. Do you see them? So this line right here where my index finger is, you place it right on this line. Just imagine a line going this way, and then you have another line that's supposed to guide you like right in the middle. I'm so bad at explaining, so I hope you guys understand. And then the third line should align right like this. So that's where I'm going to place it. And so I have another brush. It's a Real Techniques brush. It's called Brow Brush. This one right here. And I love this brush because I use a black eyeshadow to fill them in. You can take any black shadow if you have an eyeshadow palette, or you can buy a single black eyeshadow. But I always use a black shadow on my Naked 2 palette. This shadow right here. I feel like it's dark enough for me. The darker it is, the better it is for you, because you want something that will show even after you take the stencil out. So then you can take the hairs that go out of that stencil shape and either plug them or cut them or whatever. So I'm going to take the brush and I'm going to dip it in the black shadow. And so I place the stencil and you're going to fill in the stencil. Now don't worry if it looks weird, because the good thing about this is even if you use the stencil, you have control, so you can either follow it if you think it's good or make your own shape. This is just a guide. Make sure you place eyeshadow right in that line. And there you go. There's always going to be this line over here that's not going to be covered, but you can guide yourself. As you can see, I have barely hairs. I don't know if you can tell. Let me see if I can focus better. I'm sorry, they're not that bad, but I see a few hairs on this area. Sometimes I don't know exactly how to guide myself, like with this line, so that's why I use this stencil. And some over on this area too. At this point, you take whichever tool you're more comfortable with. You can even use this little thing. I don't even know how it's called. I know the word in Spanish. The only thing that I wouldn't recommend to use is the scissors, because that you will use at the very end. I honestly go hardcore in this. So I take the barber cutter or whatever and just take all the hairs that are off that shape. Very careful and gracefully, because you don't want to cut yourself either. This is very sharp. And the part where I struggle the most, this part. You place this sharp edge right underneath that line and you swipe down. and hope for the best. Do your best. Just make sure your hand is as steady as possible because it can go wrong so quick. If you don't think you have a steady hand, just call someone. That's it. So I know this probably is gross, but can you see some hairs there? So yes, I need a little bit of shaping. Okay, so one tip that I would like to give you is, you know this little edge over here? It doesn't look as square as I like it to be. It kind of has like a curve. I don't go by that curve. I try to keep it as square as possible. So that's the only thing I don't follow. So if you see some hairs that go off the stencil, that's truly on purpose. And that's why I tell you, you are still in control in this. You know, you use the stencil to guide you, but you decide if you want to follow it or not once it's placed. So yeah, so if you think I look weird, wait until I do the other one. I always think I look like a weird witch. Make sure you hold the stencil as hard as possible because it can slip and slide. Now if you're ever scared they're not at the same level, you can use this little edge as a ruler and place it like this or like this. That way you know it's at level. And you can use any brow pencil just to mark it and guide yourself by it, and voila! Now wash your face. Okay, so I washed the black shadow off. This is what my eyebrows look like after I use the stencils. Now they're not perfect because your eyebrows won't be perfect, but they will look a lot cleaner. It'll make it easier for you when you're trying to do your makeup. No, it's honestly not over yet. Then I go back with my brush. So I brush them first. Usually there's like a few hairs that go over. I take my scissors and I cut those hairs out. I place my finger to keep them up. And then I go with my scissors and I cut them. I'm gonna make it look a lot cleaner. I don't brush them down because I learned the hard way that if I clean that, it's not gonna look good. So I just do it the upper side. Now, of course, if I see a few hairs that I missed, I will pluck them out. I always have one hair over here and a few here. Same thing with the next brow. I brush them up. Hold the hairs with my fingers and I use the scissors. Pluck if you need to. And there you go. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something and I help you how to fix or clean your brows. As an emergency tip, if you go a little bit more than you should have, that's where brow pencils are for. Don't panic. Unless you wiped your whole brow away, I wouldn't panic. I would always use a brow pencil to fix those little areas until they grow out. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and I will see you on my next video. Bye!